morning, Big Reds. This is Mr. Dockery, one of your dean of students here at the high school. Today is Monday. It is Alumni Day. I got an opportunity to interview Tasha Shines. Tasha Shines is a former Big Red, real good friend of mine, class of 2005. Without further ado, we'll go check out the video. Go Big Reds. Tasha, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. It's been a long time, like a really long time.
Yeah.
I'll say this because the students are watching this. For y'all that don't know, Tasha is a childhood friend of mine. We grew up together. We grew up playing together at was it McLaughlin?
McLaughlin, yes.
McLaughlin. All right. But today we got Tasha Shines. She is obviously a Big Red alum, class of 2005. We graduated during the same year. I didn't graduate from Muskegon, but we both graduated the same year. I ended up leaving Muskegon. But Tasha is a good friend of mine, extremely super duper successful. I thought it'd be good for you guys to hear her story, so I wanted to bring her on. So we could just get started with a simple question. Tasha, do you mind just kind of introducing yourself and telling our students a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, okay. Well, my name is Tasha Shines. I am a class of 2005 graduate from Muskegon High School, Big Reds. Whoop whoop. During high school, I was very active. And to this day, my mom always said I was her most expensive child because I always stayed involved in a lot of things, but it also paid off because I was one of her four children that actually went off to a Big Ten university and graduated. I actually graduated the day after her birthday, December 12th, 2009. I have a son, he's 12. I homeschool. I've been homeschooling the past 5 years. I'm born and raised in Muskegon, but I currently reside in Lansing.
So class of 2005. Once you left Muskegon, I know you said you went on to Big Ten University. We got a lot of Big Ten supporters. So what Big Ten school did you actually go off to, and what was your experience like there when you went off?
I went to Michigan State University. Go green, go white. Like I said, I was the first of my mom's four to go off to college. So I actually moved in blind with a roommate. She was 16 years old from Singapore. We was great roommates. Never had an issue because I've heard of horror stories of roommates, but I actually moved in blind. We had a good experience. We keep in touch to this day. I had a cousin that was an upperclassman, Shanika Walker. So she also helped show me some ropes, just getting through college. And my advisor in college, his name is Daniel. He was very helpful as well as far as getting me through, teaching me how to schedule classes. And he had told me, yeah, you hit 4 years, but those 4 years gonna fly by, and they really did. I'm like, wait, I'm a senior already, So, and I want to speak on that because I conceived my senior at MSU with my son. So I was going to classes with a big tummy, and I actually that was my motivation. I was not going to give up. I was too close to the finish line. I actually had my son during finals in 2009, April 2009, and I was blessed that I had some great professors that was like, whatever grades you actually have at this current moment, we're going to just give you that grade. You don't have to worry about finals, your exam. I'm like, wow, so I wasn't in labor, have to study. The only thing I did have to do was like a 2 or 3 page paper for my exam. But like I said, that was my son was my motivation. I was too close to the finish line, and I said, he was 7 months when I actually walked across the stage and got my criminal justice degree from Michigan State University.
That's a great story. And so me being your childhood friend, I know we both kind of went off to college at the same time. I didn't know that story, so I found out something new about you. I know we both went off to school, and you kind of it's not intentional. You know how it is. You just kind of lose connect with people as you grow older and you start doing other things in life. But I did want to touch on something real quick before I brought up our next question. You mentioned a few times about how you were too close to the finish line to give up, and I think it's so imperative for our students to hear that, because we go through life and things planned and unplanned. All right, whatever happens, sometimes we don't know how close we are to the finish line. All right, exactly. But if you just tighten your build up and roll up your sleeves and just keep pressing through and persevering, all right, you can make it past the stripe. And that's one of the messages that we kind of teach our kids here at Muskegon High School. And obviously, I'm sure you probably got that same message as well, because I think Muskegon prepared you for a moment like that at MSU, you know, which kind of drives me to my next question about, you know, being from Muskegon and preparing you for the real world and things like that. So when somebody says being a big red, or you a big red, or you say to yourself, I'm a big red, like, what does that mean to you?
That means a lot. You know, I have a lot of pride when it comes to Muskegon High School. I would never forget where I came from. You know, going back to just freshman year, I was a cheerleader. I cheered all throughout high school. I was captain each year, freshman, JV, and varsity. I was in the band, color guard. I did talent shows. You know, dance is my passion, one of my passions. I was also homecoming queen, 2004, 2005 homecoming queen. So, you know, I carried myself well. I had a lot of people that look up to me. So therefore, you know, I have to have this role. Like, you know, I gotta, you know, I have people looking up to me, not only my son, but other people. So therefore, I gotta continue to push and motivate myself and support other people. And Muskegon also helped me with the strength that I have today. I think of family or a commitment when it comes to Muskegon, because I was very committed. I was committed to my grades, because in order to be on, you know, sports or on a team, cheerleading team, I had to manage a good GPA. So all that mattered to me, and I just, anytime I could be in a whole nother state, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna represent where I came from, my roots, Muskegon High School, because, you know, they pushed me to the, you know, point where I'm just motivated in life due to Muskegon High School. I had a lot of teachers, I should say, in high school that was, you know, supportive of me as well. And I just, like I said, I think of family when we think of Muskegon High School. We all come together as one. We proud and we support and push each other. And yeah, and that's the answer I think is best when it comes to my experience at Muskegon High School.
I love it. So I do these interviews, and I'm starting to see like a common theme. So it's a sense of pride and family when you talk about Muskegon. Yes. It really is a family. And me, you know, I've been employed in the district since 2017, and I wear a few different hats. So I get to see things from a lot of different angles. And so it is family. It is pride. It is working together. And I want to go on record saying this, and any chance I get opportunity to say this, I'll say it. There's nothing like Muskegon High School. And the reason I say that is because you got people from all walks of life. You got the rich kid going to school with the poor kid. You got the middle class kid going to school with this kid. You got Caucasian, African American, you got Latinos, you got Mexican, and we're all just in this melting pot, and we're just working together.
Exactly.
to make it happen. And when
Yes.
you leave this place and you go off, whether you go to college or you get into a trade or you just jump right into the workforce, um, that's life.
Hmm.
That's really life. It's people from all nationalities, all ethnic groups and things like that. And so I think Muskegon, that's just one portion of what Muskegon prepares you for once you leave Muskegon.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. You
Oh,
gonna say
sorry.
something?
Yeah, I agree. And when you say that, it's all walks of life because um, even when I was in elementary, I seen, Asian, Mexican, Caucasian, Black. We all was I seen a lot of. I had a friend in elementary that was Mexican, and then I had a friend that was Black. So I had a lot of diversity growing up. Even middle school, Bunker Middle School, I had Caucasian, Blacks, whites. Well, Black, So I agree. And then also in high school, even college, MSU is very diverse. You see all walks of life. So throughout my life, from elementary all the way to college, every school I attended was always diverse. And I like that because, it's this, we all, like I said, come together as a whole. You could, if something I may know that you may not know, I can learn from you, you can learn from me, that's what it's all about,
Absolutely. Yep. And so, and I just kind of want to piggyback on, reflect on a little bit about you as well, and some things that you said. So, Tasha Shines, class of 2005, went on to Michigan State. But in high school, you were super involved. All right, captain of the cheerleading team. I didn't know, for some reason. I feel like I should. Like, we just saw the touch homecoming queen. I did not know that.
You didn't?
I did.
Where were you at? Under a rock?
At Muskegon Heights, underneath the radar. Homecoming queen. Obviously, academically successful to go on to Michigan State. You got to have some academic success. High school to go on to a prestigious university as such. And so, a testament to you, but on the other flip side of that, it's good for our kids to know that you can wear a few different hats and still maintain academic excellence.
Yes.
For being the captain of the cheerleading team and running for homecoming queen. So that takes some prep within itself with trying to promote yourself around the school. I know how Spirit Week and things like that work. Yeah. Like, that's a lot of work. And so to be able to do that stuff and maintain academic excellence, I think is huge. And I think that's is big for our kids to hear that. I won't prolong this interview too much longer. I do got one final question that I would like you to answer for our kids. What advice would you give them as they go through high school and graduate from here and transition into adulthood, whether they want to go to college, whether they don't want to go to college, or whatever path or walk of life they choose to take? What advice would you give them?
Okay. First and foremost, I would give them advice to keep God first. Regardless of what you're going through, keep God first. Because if you unsure about anything, have that relationship. If you don't have a relationship with God right now, build that relationship with God, and I trust you. He will lead you on the right path to success. Believe in yourself. It's going to be obstacles that's going to come your way. It's a lot of distractions out here in the world. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. Also, remember your why. Why you want to do this, or why do you set this goal to do that? Remember, because like I said, you can get distracted, but just focus, get back on track and say, remember my why. Why do I want to do this? And it's going to be things where, you may share some of your goals with someone, and if they, feel like, oh, you doing that? Or I don't think you should do that. That's the negativity. You need to just, remove yourself from that. Continue your why, because what God has for you is for you. They may not understand your reason or why you want to do something, and it ain't for them to understand, but they can see they don't see your vision, you see your vision. So like I said, continue to keep God first, keep pushing. And I want to speak on that. When it comes to my senior year, I was a part of LEAD. It's called LEAD, Let Education Ask Your Dreams. So it was any 7th graders that came from Bunker Middle School. They started a LEAD program, and we had an advocate, and they started from, like I said, Bunker Middle School, and they followed us from Bunker Middle School all the way through high school. They made sure we had good grades. They would pay us for our grades, A's, B's, and C's, and also they would take us on college tours. And we had full ride scholarships to Grand Valley, Ferris, Muskegon Community College, and Baker. I applied for Grand Valley, but at the time they was turning a lot of students down due to housing. They didn't have enough, housing. But fast forward to today, they built a lot, so they have a lot more room now. But I didn't get discouraged. I said, you know what? I knew I had wanted to leave, move out of Muskegon to further my education. So I applied for Michigan State University and got there. It taught me more independence because it was further away from home versus Grand Valley being 20-30 minutes away. I had never rode on a city bus until I got to MSU. Freshman year we couldn't have our car on our vehicles or car on campus. So I learned the campus within the first week of being there, and like I said, that was the decision I had to make. I didn't get distracted. I said, I didn't feel down just because I didn't get in. I had a full ride scholarship. It was just that they didn't have enough housing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to apply for MSU, and I got in. So continue to believe in yourself. It's going to be times where you may get a no, but that no may be for a reason, because there's a bigger yes somewhere else. So like I said, remember your why. Remember why you chose that career that you want to do, and just to push forward. Believe in yourself. Just continue to believe in yourself at whatever you do. I wish you the best. I love my Muskegon Big Red family. And I hope to see you all soon, when we even graduation. I would love to be there to see you graduate and walk across that stage.
Let the church say amen. All right. I cannot end this interview. All right. I end all these the same way with a Go Big Red. So on the count of 3, I'll say 1, 2, 3. We'll go with a fist pump and say Go Big Reds. All right.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Go Big Red.